There we go. Welcome back, everybody. If you watched the previous stream, I apologize for how depressing it was. It's not my place to apologize, the developers and the story writers should. Today we're going to resume our Archon quest. We're going to try to finish all of Act 3 of Sumeru today. Because it also looks like some world quests are being locked behind that right now because Catherine is busy.
Catch up.
But we've done this the last couple streams, so we're doing that again here. We're going to start today off with Lost in a Foreign Land because this weird time-gated quest. Oh shit, she's gone. Actually, she said she was going to go to where Nikolai was last time we saw her. So, Katarina, we're going to take a peek over here. Was this Sealy here last time? I don't think it was.
Dusty. Best give it a spring cleaning.
Right. Right.
Steady as
And
stone.
let's just get this guy off the cliff over here.
I'll catch up.
For those of you who are unaware, today I believe is the 23rd, which means by the time that this video goes up on my YouTube, it will be Christmas. So for those of you watching on
Someone
Christmas
needs
Day,
assistance.
what are you doing? Go spend time with your families. You can watch this video anytime. It's not going anywhere. Nope. Not here. Interesting. So weird. Let's refine the adjuvant. Requires a lot more of these things. Destroy level 2 oozing consecrations. So yeah, if I want to continue down here in the abyss, we're gonna have to do that. But hey, let's see if we can add our stories to this guy's thing while we're here, because we're just faffing around. I got a ton of torso though. Adventures in the Chasm. People you met and things you've seen. Okay, so we can't tell them anything though. Darn. We probably don't have anything new to tell him until after we finish the Sumeru Archon quest in its totality. So, with that done, we can now resume with the Archon quest. Like a triumphant hero. Quest goal is in Sumeru. Well, no, duh. Feels weird that talking to Catherine is... I always feel a little weird when Catherine is essential towards the progression of the Archon quest. Because she's such a minor character, but she is a character that is voiced. And the majority of her dialogue is voiced. And it looks like I can't do the quest line where I get my commissions set up in Sumeru until after I finish this quest line.
Someone needs assistance.
Oh, she blinked into existence.
Astra Abyssosque. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think.
I don't know why they always do this pose. It's so weird.
Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Excuse me?
Wait, say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
This Catherine has way too much of a sense of humor.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I feel embarrassed just imagining it. The audience would definitely have a reaction.
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission.
Why does this commission exist?
In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Hey, that's not any better.
Isn't that just asking for a beating? Mercenaries and orphanages really don't go together. I'm not going to say that. Who am I to say whether or not they'd be up for that?
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Who is making these commissions?
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
You're not actually Catherine, are you?
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Uh-huh. Of course. To be fair, I probably would have done that second commission. I don't have anything against that second one. That first one feels invasive. Reading a love poem on stage, I'm not against that. Taking a photo of the reaction of the crowd while on stage, that's where I draw the line on that one.
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, Ad Astra Abyssosque? So it's been you this whole time?
Almost.
Are you done resting up, Nahida?
I did feel like the Ad Astra Abyssosque line read felt a little off.
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream.
So the Akasha can't take away the dreams of gods?
It was another dream about the Sumeru's festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sumeru's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
Sorry, I'm only half paying attention because my brain just saw that line about throwing candies at children, and I imagined the guy chucking those round balls at kids like a baseball pitcher. You want to throw candies to the children, not at them. Yeah.
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity?
Maybe. More like disappointment or remembrance of folly.
No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning.
I don't know. I feel like we could take a break from that and try to stop this whole withering nonsense. I mean, we did an entire thingy with the... what are they called? The Aranara. And we destroyed Mirana's avatar, so... we definitely suppressed a new withering from outcropping for a couple hundred years.
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival?
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here.
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Dreams, emptiness, deception. Like a triumphant hero. Continue talking to Nahida somewhere else. Like 3 feet away.
Let's continue our chat here.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida?
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
Possess a key figure in the academia.
I've already tried that. But all the key members of the academia, even the core 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals.
I wonder why.
It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
Have you already caught the sages' attention?
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
Possess students.
No way, that's too risky.
Really? How?
You mean it'd be too easy to get caught?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives.
What about the teachers then? It's a school, right?
Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing?
Remember that list I gave you in the last stream of the top 5 favorite Archons? Well, fuck the holding the first place slot for someone later. We're just putting Nahida there. We'll leave second place vacant. She's that caring.
That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
Putting others before themselves as a god? Damn, that's amazing. We could grab someone close to the sages and question them.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
I can't think of anything else. Come on, Ether. Think. Use your brain. There's the teachers. There's got to be some sort of bookkeeper, maybe. We could follow the money trail. Dory, maybe. Alhaitham.
Really out of ideas?
Alhaitham seems well connected.
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Meaning?
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved,
Go on.
then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
Alahatham, maybe?
You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhatham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
Welcome to the arena of fate.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Especially after how depressing last stream was.
Sataria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand
That
Sage
lady.
of the Academia?
I thought the name sounded familiar. Yeah, she was the lady trailing behind the Grand Sage.
We ran into her basically every time the Sumeru festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
Yeah, and she's gonna ban dancing. Merry early Christmas indeed.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Someone like her sounds like she might be trying to climb her way to the top. Brown-nosing even.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky.
Wow, we're getting such a big backstory into a character that I honestly didn't care about.
Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the
Thank you.
sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
This is no longer just a metaphor. Are those really her true thoughts? Because she did not give me that impression.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore.
No shit. She's like hanging off of the big bad. Like fucking, what's the term? Like a toady.
Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the Academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city.
Would that happen to be today, or am I going to have to wait for that?
Tomorrow afternoon just happens to
Okay.
be a shopping day for her.
Tomorrow.
That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Ooh, are we gonna spike intel? I like it. Operation Guilt Trip the Toady is a go. In the light of the alternating day cycles, one homeward figure, lighthouse on the bridge. What is that, a riddle or proverb or something? Alternating day cycles, homeward figure. Hello, traveler. You interested in Druss's riddle too? Is it really a riddle? It was set up by an academia researcher named Drusus. far as I know, he's an eccentric even among the academia crowd. He loves to talk about riddles with anyone, as well as research and kinds of encryption methods. Which means we took a talk in front of this sign, and there was an adventurer watching us the whole time, but we had Catherine move away from the Adventurers Guild to not be spotted by adventurers, but there was this guy standing here the whole time, waiting for someone to read this fucking postboard. Mwah! Immersion broken. But some of his riddles are too incomprehensible, so not too many people are willing to deal with him. So he came up with the solve the riddle for prizes idea. Simply put, the riddles actually hint to a treasure trove. You just have to show up at the right place at the right time using the right method and you'll get treasure. Jesus also gave a hint saying that the locations are all within Sumeru City. But as you can see, no adventurer has been able to succeed. You can certainly try if you're interested. But if you ask me, I'd tell you to do something else more productive. Cool, so there's treasure hidden in Sumeru City at specific time and places. Cool. Oh, we're going this way.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria?
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
Why?
Talking style and key characteristics?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates?
That voice sounds so familiar.
The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Of course, of course. In that case...
This is a child. And the cats.
Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Is that Monica Rial? I can't tell.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Divine prospects in my health. Divine prospects in love. Let's go with health.
Health prospects. No problem at all. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed.
Which gods?
Your life shall continue on for many tens of thousands of years. Impossible. Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
I have a bad feeling we're immortal. When in doubt, respawn.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
I'm actually kind of fine with living tens of thousands of more years. Oh, was that what the sister said? We've always had enough time?
I've never seen Harut and...
I bet if we did Prospects in Love, it would have been something equally ridiculous, like every woman we meet will fall in love with us, or something along those lines. Many partners. I don't know. What was the point of that?
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
This voice also sounds familiar.
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him.
I take it back. I don't recognize this guy's voice. He's just got one of those sounding voices that sounds like an everyman.
After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
Fell off a roof.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
Uh-huh. Well, that was another... I don't know why we went to talk to that guy. Tavern hostess.
This should be our final stop. Sataria is always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia.
It looks like
So
a
she
cat.
always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Cat with wings. Happy?
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
Cool, but what is our plan?
It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering.
Ships. I like ships. Boats are cool too.
After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing!
I've been rejected from colleges before, and then out of spite, I reapplied to all of them about less than 6 months later, and I got into every place that rejected me, but that's just me. That way they get to feel the rejection of me not going to that college. Aha!
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Like a triumphant hero.
So, was that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
I mean, it would have been important to meet the people that we plan to use in our plan, but you still haven't told us our plan.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of King Deshret.
Not the Eremites, specifically the Ain al-Akbar faction of the Eremites.
Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
If King Deshret were to criticize Sataria's actions, if Queen Deshret were to make demands. Interesting.
So, how do we set that up?
Fake fortune-telling.
Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks.
But she believes in fortune-telling.
If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere.
Then let's not do that.
But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
Yes, I figured we were going there.
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret.
This plan sucks. I don't like it.
As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
I don't like this plan. There's too many ways it can go wrong, and you're just counting on it going smoothly.
Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Which is why you seemed so weird as Catherine earlier.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Why are we impersonating them?
Huh? Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone.
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
Cool.
Huh. That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
That is a good point, Paimon.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
I mean, she almost passed as Catherine. It was about halfway into the love poem on stage where I was suspicious. I thought it was Catherine until I was asked to take a photo of the audience after reading the love poem. That's when I basically, this is not Catherine.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
I'm not good at pretending to be a religious fanatic, though, but hopefully Aether is better at it than I am.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway.
Or maybe I am good at pretending to be a religious fanatic, because in one of the campaigns I'm running, I did a really convincing job of being a preacher who was leading on the citizens of a town towards its destruction. And it was a fun performance.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
No one suspected he was the whole villain the whole time, no matter how much I hammed it up that he was very clearly not right in the head. There we go. Wait for tomorrow. Where is... what? Catherine's gone. Between noon and 6 o'clock. Alright. Wait until noon tomorrow. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Except it's the present now. Carry out Nahida's plan in the market. There she is.
Oh, here she comes. Satari is here.
She's a man-eater. Oh, wait, that's not the song.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say.
Paimon's starting to feel kind of nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
Is this not already a good hiding spot? Alright, mind Jack.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook.
Uh-oh.
Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Oh my god, she's in love with the Grand Sage. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there.
Uh-oh, the cats. The cats are onto us.
Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Harut and Marut.
Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
Fucking Paimon. Ducking in and out of the boxes back there.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
The music.
Sorry, your new laugh is just so hilarious. I couldn't help it.
Oh, Please pay no mind to those kinds of details.
I was supposed to remember her laugh? Fuck. That was a laugh?
The gods are asking. Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. Oh, the gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness.
God, we're gonna fucking mentally destroy this woman. We are going to... I feel wrong. Maybe this is just an apology. The game and this character helped emotionally manipulate me to the point of tears yesterday. I guess this is my opportunity to do the same. Let's see if it gets to that by the end. I'm not sure it will, but if it is, that is a sick, twisted irony, I guess. Or poetry, because it rhymes.
And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Wait a second. King Deshret passed away a long time ago. Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real life?
King Deshret's resurrection is a misinformation campaign.
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city.
Well, we got information out of her. That was pretty good.
I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Oh, she actually waited. What happened? How did we move?
She just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset, too.
Well done. Sitaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss.
I'm 100% sure she did suspect that something was amiss.
To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
Guilt is a powerful thing.
All I know are some abstract Harabatot theories.
A lot of what?
In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything.
Just tell a poop joke. You'll feel better. Duke.
Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sitaria.
He's out of games now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
Aren't we supposed to be hiding somewhere nearby?
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
Masonry
Oh,
work.
right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
He can lift stuff now. I feel like walking more now is the answer here because he hurt his leg, but you need your legs to lift. So technically either answer should have been fine.
Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yep.
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru.
Yeah. I wonder if she's actually in love with this guy, and it's not the Grand Sage, but I have a feeling the fact that she's so interested in her love life is because she's actually in love with the Grand Sage. That's my guess. She was literally clinging to him when in that fucking dream sequence. So, that's my hunch. That's what kept her here, not the opportunities, but love. Something that Nahida doesn't seem to understand very well because she wanted us to read a love poem and gauge people's reactions. Big braining everything today.
He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Deshret believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or King Deshret?
I was going to say the Dendro Archon or King Dendret.
I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Ooh. Ooh. This VA work is beautiful.
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of King Deshret?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Oh shit, she stormed off.
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
Before I knew it, I really started getting into the role. Wasn't too harsh, was I?
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Setaria.
Alright, let's put some more nails in this coffin.
But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
Setaria, the star.
Come on! Setaria's already started talking with...
Alrighty, mind jack.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Studying in the basement, attic. Well, we remembered basement.
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
That was not the dialogue option I clicked, but I like that we're bringing that up.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
I feel this is weird because this is the character that is supposed to be trying to get into the academia. We're going to make her suspicious if this is the route that we're going.
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as well.
What gave you that impression?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
But you're from fucking Leeway. Never mind, this is making no sense.
In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
I know that this is dumb, but I have to remember that this is Aether talking here, which means that this is not the most well thought out through plan. So of course I'm seeing problems with it. But you would think someone like a top researcher in the academia, like Setaria here, would be smarter than me. You would hope.
Please, please stop!
Yikes.
Even now, Satari is still trying to run from her problems.
Yes, you pushed way too hard, Aether. This is what you should have done with the last guy, to be honest.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do?
This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
What are we doing now?
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Okay.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Oh, shit. Okay, now we're getting a little bit on the culty side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
Oh, no.
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
Uh-oh. Also, you're kind of famous.
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared.
Remember my love story theory from like minutes ago? I'm starting to lose faith in that.
Child of King Deshret, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Oh.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Revenge!
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
This is really cruel. I should not be this happy about this.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
Why are you spilling this to a random guard? It's not too late to turn back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes.
Okay, now we're being really weird and specific. She should be super suspicious.
If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation.
Nahida, didn't you say you were gonna step in at a certain point?
Please tell me, what can I do for you?
Great, we finally convinced her.
How much do you know about the sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sumeru's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him.
Previously expelled? An outcast that even the sages are wary of? Who is that?
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project.
This is really weird having this conversation where the surrogate for us is a random NPC guard.
One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see. Let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
I don't think we've actually even visited the Academia at this point.
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the God of Wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side!
Nice. I still don't like her.
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch.
Just because this plan worked does not mean it was a good plan.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of Wisdom and Guardian of the Scholars?
No. The truth is the true Guardian of Scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild.
Another time gate. Following night, 1900 to 24.
Someone needs assistance.
No, Catherine.
It's called being a freelancer.
All right. Woo! Tick tock on the clock, 'cause something stop. Blah 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 blah. Yada yada. Almost there. And welcome to the present day.
Catherine, we're here! Oh, you are the other Catherine, right?
Paimon, please choose your words more carefully.
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Can't we just call her Nahida?
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Oh, you mean like you did such a good job of doing yesterday?
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the Academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep, exactly, just what Paimon was thinking.
I somehow doubt that.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard.
Do you feel like something is off?
Off? What do you feel is off?
I feel something is off because I had the option to answer that as a little too quiet.
It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you?
No, I think he's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual.
We're in another dream.
If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though.
I'm concerned. Color me concerned.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace.
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer.
Alright. Like a triumphant hero, we're still on the same quest line, and it's been about an hour. Where is the academia anyway? I don't think we visited yet.
There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that's it.
I just noticed that I have Goro out because I was collecting materials in Inazuma off stream.
There's still a long road ahead.
I managed to get the materials I need to send to Heizo. I just need to collect some Onikabito, I believe. Yeah, I just need to find an Onikabito. How do I get up there? Oh, there's stairs. Oh, there's a teleport waypoint up here. I didn't see that on the map. Cutscene. That can't be good. A cutscene for a grab mission?
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
I don't like the looks of this.
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last.
Oh no.
And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Cool, we saved another world again, guys.
These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Oh, that could have gotten real ugly real fast.
Don't worry.
Music.
We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Uh-oh. I didn't read that. What number Harbinger did it say he was? Did that say number 2, or was that the ill Dottore that I read?
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her.
She can jump between mines. Hopefully she'll be fine.
Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary.
Oh, he was number 2. I didn't misread that. Okay. So he's the second most powerful Harbinger. I didn't know all the Harbinger's numbers yet. So we knew that the Balladeer is number 6. Il Deltari is number 2. I want to say Tartaglia was number 11. I could be wrong misremembering that. And I remember that Miko pointed out that Balladeer was higher, so I think I could be misremembering. But Signora was either like 8 or 9. I want to say 8.
He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the Academia came back recently. And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor.
I don't know why I didn't think that it was possible that the Doctor was part of Sumeru's Academia. I don't know why I didn't think about that. We underestimated the scale of this problem, and we underestimated the number of parties involved.
Yeah. Now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the Academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis?
We need to find a way to reunite with Nahida. I should probably take the time to point out at this point that I have seen the what's it called? The Winter Nights Lazzo. I might have brought that up, that I watched it in a previous stream. I don't remember when I brought it up, if I did. But I am aware of what all the Harbingers look like. I don't know much about them beyond that. Although I do know that Dottore is planning something here. And in that Winter Nights Lazzo, it looked like he was doing something to Irminsul. So, don't know what his plan is. Maybe he's going to destroy Irminsul. I don't know. But hey, if we get rid of Irminsul, I assume that also indirectly gets rid of the Withering. Maybe. Maybe I'm underthinking it. I don't know. Just a guess. We need to find a way to reunite with
Things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right?
Let's start our investigation. Let's go find someone else who might be involved.
You mean?
I was going to say Alhaitham, but yeah, we could go find Tanari.
Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia Forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville.
Triumph and imagination. Oh, Catherine's available now. Okay, so we're gonna do this really quick as a little sidetracking. Because I think this is the mission that allows us to do stuff with Sumeru. Ashra Abasag with the Adventure Girls. Hi, Catherine. Hello, Catherine. Greetings, you both look great today. Are you here to take commissions or deal with other affairs? Why are you both staring at me? Is there something of significance you'd like to inquire about? No, we just want to take commissions. Understood. You seem like a seasoned adventurer already. You could say that. Well, then you must be acquainted with the Adventurers Guild way of operation, therefore I won't waste time going over it. If you have any questions of the Guild, please feel free to ask me at any time. Please pitch in with the commissions in Sumeru City. Outstanding adventurers like you should surely be a great help to the people here. Safe travels, traveler, at Astra Avisosk. Alright. Now that we got that out of the way, we can now resume what we were doing previously, which was meeting up with Tenari. What's the name of this next mission? No. Child Secret. No, that's something else. Yeah, here we go. Chapter 3, Act 3. The Gaze from a Certain God. That's not my map. That's my map. Hang on. Something's finishing here. Alright. Those are set to Sumeru for the time being. Alright. The Gaze of a Certain God. Question mission start now. Me, who is timestamping this video in the future. To Gandharvaville. Actually, he looks like he's at the other entrance, so we'll probably go in here. Aranara. I see people that I need to kill.
Not so hard! Bet you can't keep up with me! No escape! Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
Easy peasy. Did any of them drop any materials? They did.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Also, Barbara is leveled up to 60 now, so she's at the point where I could probably slot her in the party in a tough bind. Do want to level up her weapon more, though.
Wow, these will come in handy.
Hold it right there.
Tashfin.
A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Really? We're doing this?
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
The Outcast? An outcast from the academia?
Sounds like the Doctor.
But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Local mercenaries might have an edge over the Fatui. Or he's taking advantage of the Academia's resources.
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough. Get them!
You're up, traveler!
Alright. Time to kick some asses.
Following orders. New punching bag.
Germinate!
Take that!
I must leave no stone unturned, as a good knight should. catch up.
Nowhere to hide. No one escapes my sights.
Take that! Take that! Propagate! I'll take it! That's close
New
enough.
punching bag.
Go, Baron Bunny!
Excuse me. Nice crossbow.
Take that!
No escape!
Where do you think you're going? Take that! Where do you think you're going?
Hey!
Scatter! Need more. I'll be back.
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
I thought those other guys were the reinforcements.
No more tricks up your sleeve. Propagate! Take that!
Cut to the chase!
Alright.
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like?
Probably won't be long before we see more of them.
Yeah, looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tighnari?
Probably.
Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
You just gotta be smarter yourself, Paimon. Doggo. Oh, that's a gap. Almost fell. Where are you, Tighnari? Oh, he's over here.
Oh,
that's Kalei.
it's the Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here?
Kalei, it's nice to see you again. Are you doing all right?
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks.
Do we bring up the doctor?
As a result, Master Tighnari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Oh, Kalei.
It seems that curing Irminsul is our only chance.
Speaking of Tighnari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tighnari? He just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago. He was headed to Pardis Di.
Pardis Di.
He left? But isn't Tighnari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the Sage's invitation.
I thought it was weird too. Master Tighnari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though.
He didn't give a reason?
No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care of.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Master Tainari originally studied in the Immorta Darshan of the Academia, and Pardis Di is something like the Immorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Pardis Di.
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Pardis Di.
Just take care of yourself, Clay.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tainari, please send him my regards.
Oh, thank God. If she finds out that the doctor is in town, she's gonna be upset.
Got it.
I don't even know how she'll react.
See you later, Kale!
Whew! That could have gone ugly. But where the fuck are we going now? Pardis Di. Huh. I've apparently gone by here without ever hitting the waypoint there. Weird. I didn't get to get that waypoint at the top of Sumeru City by the Academia either, so, whoops. Sumeru roses. There should be a waypoint somewhere around here, right? Ah, there it is. Just in case I need to come back. Catherine, what are you doing here? Probably Nahida, right?
Wait! Look who it is!
Catherine?
Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you.
You haven't been reprogrammed by the doctor, have you?
Hey! This was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment!
I'm being cautious.
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky. Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
I agree.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point. Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right? When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds.
I mean, that's what the subconscious is. It's the subconscious.
Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me. Whew. What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
But why are you coming here?
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Where's your real body, anyway? It's in the Samsara in the Academia, right? Or whatever it is. I think you're already captured, personally.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him
so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha.
Our position will only get worse with time.
Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work.
Smart villains are hard to deal with.
Plus, the Doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's Di? Have you been waiting for us?
Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in.
But then how did you get here before us in Catherine's body?
You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
From the gaze from a certain god. Oh, he's up here. Okay. Tanari! You old big ears! Oh, wait, that's Apasia.
Traveler? It is you!
Uh-oh.
Ah, it's Apasia!
Long time no see. Didn't expect to run into you here.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the, what's it called? Satyavada life?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Apasia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
What do you think?
I got a bad feeling. What was it? Don't people go crazy from doing this?
My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it? Congratulations!
I'm really happy for you, I guess?
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
She's shaking. I'm concerned. Nahida's looking away.
That sounds incredible!
Actually, we're here for Tanari.
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you.
I have. What was the promise again?
Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights.
Oh, that promise. Okay, I did remember that one. We made quite a few promises to you. I wasn't sure which one you were talking about. Because I was like, is this about the cooking thing? Well, what?
My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
You can do that?
Do you believe her, Nahida?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit-born ale with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
Uh-oh, looks like we're going off to Trippy Mushroom Land.
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay.
Ready?
This is a side quest. This is going to end poorly.
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand.
The
world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies.
Why are we getting this cutscene?
My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
I'm concerned. Beyond concerned. What the fuck did I just see?
What was that?
This is neither the Greater Lord's consciousness nor King Deshret's consciousness.
Did we actually just see the Balladeer's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
The Gnosis. The Akasha? I don't know.
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god. Such a noble will. Such sublime emotion.
Uh-oh.
Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God, please grant me forgiveness and salvation.
I am beyond concerned for your mental capacities.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
Wake up, Hypatia.
You! Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
This is a trap, isn't it? Shit. Everybody run! Some cool pole arms. Yikes. What just happened? I see you. What just happened? Hi, Tanari.
Okay, we finally lost him. Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Oh, we were in Nahida's body during that cutscene. That's bad. Oh, so she transferred her consciousness to us in order to escape Catherine. Dying, I guess. Rip Catherine, I guess? Still don't know how Catherine works, exactly. Hope she's okay. Yeah, let's go with what just happened.
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Kainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
This time she didn't just transfer her mind into my body. Our minds swapped places.
What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body?
You know, Paimon, if I were you, actually, in this instance, if I had just said that, I said, wait, you went into the puppet's body? So what does death feel like? Not good.
Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology.
I think it can. The Akasha terminal seems pretty much the only building block that would be necessary to do so.
Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies."
Great, another riddle.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Sumeru for good this time. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague.
Paimon, you would have been here. We can't let the doctor figure out what we're up to.
That makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
So we have to make all the plans public. I don't know.
Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from that alchemical divination at the Sumeru's festival. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
Starlight refers to the people of the desert. Illusions and lies are the academia's plans.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert? But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Sumeru. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the Traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Correct. Way to catch on, Tanari.
This is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Oh no, who's going to accept my commissions in Sumeru City?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
I think I know what the project is about. I just received some new intel.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
Well, that's one interpretation. That's not what I was going with, but let's go with that. The Academia is turning the Balladeer into a god.
Do you have any evidence?
I saw a necessant god under construction. Hypatia also showed us a so-called divine consciousness. I guess when you put those two things together.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
My evidence is I made it the fuck up.
Tighnari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardes Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self.
You need to get her to stop taking that incense shit.
If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation.
The Fatui is also behind some of this.
The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
She is sharing the drugs, by the way, Matt. That's the problem.
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals.
Let's head to the desert for now.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
A gaze from a certain god. Alright, the 4 Loggerheads. And I guess we still have Golden Slumber as well. I think that wanted us to go to Aru Village. But we're still in Act 3, which means we're in for the long haul. Oh, Caravan Rabat is a city. Oh, it looks like I've gotten pretty close to there already. We're going to all these locations that I haven't been yet. Oh no, what is it?
It suits a well-cultured
Oh, come on.
disciplined person such as yourself.
Why? Oh god. Oh no.
It suits a well-cultured and disciplined person such as yourself.
Son of a... Okay, where we're...
Suits a
It's gonna just keep
and
going.
disciplined person such as yourself.
Alright, we'll wait for the notifications to catch up while I count that out, because I think that kills the stream boss a few times.
It suits a well-cultured and disciplined person such as yourself. It suits a well-cultured and disciplined person such as yourself.
D-Luke Reg Simp. Oh boy. Just keep going. Keep going, updates.
It suits a well-cultured and
Faye
disciplined
evac.
person, such as yourself.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It suits a well-cultured and disciplined person, such as yourself.
Where was it?
It suits a well-cultured and disciplined person, such as yourself.
So the stream boss has 1750 health now, which means the stream boss died twice during that.
It suits a well-cultured
That's 2
and
stream
disciplined
boss
person,
kills.
such as yourself.
That's 2 stream boss kills and 10 subs. Yikes. That's 12 pulls. Is it done?
It suits a well-cultured and disciplined person, such as yourself.
Hidden Potato Ninja. I think it's done. And the update of all of that, let's just do a recap of where the stream boss is. So the stream boss is now at 750 health, and Yukumin is the stream boss now, I guess. But the stream boss is not going to die that frequently anymore. Okay, 12 pulls. 12 pulls. So I have 4 already, so let's just do this. Alright. Yeah, we always forget about the stream boss. 10 pull, let's go. Get it out of the way early. Batch these. 4-star off the bat. Oh, that's right, every 10 pull is a 4-star. That's right. Slingshot. Magic Guide. Sharpshooter's Oath. Sharpshooter's Oath. Dragon's Bane. Cool, I'm never gonna use that. Ferocious Shadow. Bloodstained Greatsword. Bloodstained Greatsword. Motherfucking Harbinger of Dawn. Why? I'm moving my head down here. Yeah. Ravenbow. Yeah, whatever. I haven't been counting my pity, but we're probably pretty close to the soft pity at this point. Hey, it's our second Yanfei, though. Okay, what is my pity at anyway? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. We've done 61 pulls on this banner. So We're getting close to that guaranteed 5-star, I guess. But it's still a ways away. Alright. With that, we're 4 Loggerheads. That's what we're doing. We're going this way. No, we're at 61. Soft Pity is at, I think it's, I don't remember what the fucking, Soft Pity's 70, I think? Oh, the sparklies are telling me to go this way.
We finally made it to Caravan Rebot. It's pretty lively here.
Is it, Paimon? It looks pretty dead to me.
So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Is it made out of wood or stone? It is indeed truly quite impressive. I hear footsteps.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
I'll hate them. What are you doing here? I've been meaning to meet up with you for a while. There we go. I'll just put my face back there.
Over here.
Oh, Haytham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
It's a teleport waypoint. I want to activate it. No!
What the... Where did he go? How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
One of the problems about having a webcam is no matter where I put my face, it's gonna block something.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Thanks, I'll have them.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors.
He seems a lot more serious than the last time we talked to him.
All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the Academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders!
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
Did you participate in the Sage's big project?
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the Sages can offer.
So were you actually looking for me?
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be.
That is a good question. Where did it come from? Where
Which
did it go?
brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ainul Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time.
World, forget me.
To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Yes, actually. I've been wanting to get you in on the plan for a while, because I feel like you're our best inlet into getting this entire nonsense resolved. Must be because I was so shocked by those words again. World, forget me.
Hatham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
A lot of people, Paimon. It stood out.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
Sounds good.
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Plus, it sounds like you know the area better than we do. Head to Aru Village. Probably should take a small detour to... Oh, it looks like the Tower of the Seven is in Aru Village. That saves me on time. Alright. Is this wood? Or stone? I can't tell. I think it's wood. Please tell me the desert's not gonna have like a drinking water mechanic. Like Dragon Spine. Or the heat mechanic from Signora's boss fight.
Scatter!
Let it rain!
Scatter! Propagate!
All right.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
Those are some treasure hoarders. We'll ignore them. Ooh, Scorpion. What do you give me as drops?
Steady as stone. As a dutiful maid would.
Free meat. Alright. Take it, I guess. There it is. Tower of the Seven.
Someone needs
Scarab.
assistance.
That's a dung beetle. You can't fool me. That unlocked a big chunk of map. There's 2 more statues of the 7 as well. And there's a merchant from Mondstadt here with a side quest. So if someone looks like they're from Mondstadt, we should probably ignore them. Memory of Flourishing Green. That's what I need to level up the Dendro Traveler, which means I should be keeping an eye out for these Dendromunculuses. I need 22 to get more of these. Main quest reward. Main quest reward. Main quest reward. Main quest reward. And actually, Constellation 1. When Yanfei uses charge attack, each existing Scarlet Seal additionally reduces the stamina cost of this charge attack by 10% and increases the resistance of interruption during this release. Nice. Alright, we've made it to Aru Village.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
What just happened? Oh, cutscene, that's what happened. Nice.
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
General Mahamatra.
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Hello, Alejandro Saab, or Sayu, some of you might recognize him as.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
I have trouble believing that.
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Hatham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Hatham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
Electro's vision on the back of his belt?
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
I don't trust him as much as you seem to think, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stand by and do nothing.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Oh.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
So you did lie to us? No, he didn't lie to us. He never said that it was lost.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Is it a mission from the sages?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them!
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Yeah.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Is this a Mexican standoff now? Or do we call it a Sumeru standoff? Which one's the good, the bad, and the ugly? Neither of them can afford to be distracted by Dia. Are they still looking for an opportunity to attack?
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Oh no.
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong! Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over there!
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Just shut up and kiss already. Alright. Another cutscene? Or just the setting? Okay. Ellipses is the only text prompt that should be used here.
Well, this is pretty awkward.
Awkward silence, the game.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
What's sardines?
The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
I know the sardines, the fish. Is that like a game? Is it like the hot pot game?
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Heterochromia.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
You have my gratitude.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Is it like a hairpiece that's like attached at the back? I can't figure that out. I need to see her from behind.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand.
How is that attached? It looks like it's just sitting on the back of her head, and it's attached to that thing. Huh? I don't understand that headpiece.
As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started.
Okay, so it's a headdress of some kind.
And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
I like her. Dia, you tried.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
It was Paimon. You couldn't clearly tell? She made it very clear that our village was sacred and that the two of them should not be fighting here on its soil. She didn't really do much beyond that, but she tried. She tried.
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
Why?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me.
Lurk.
I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
I'm getting like some Nixon vibes from the Grand Sage here. When the president does it, it's not illegal.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge.
There is a lot of story.
The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
So you chose to exile yourself.
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Well, based off of that, it does sound like he's going to be a valuable ally in this fight moving forward.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages.
Thank you for being on the same page as me, Paimon. Now catch Aether up.
Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
Still too early to trust him completely. What if the whole story he said was just made up? That's a fair point, Aether.
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
I don't know when this took place, though.
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
The sages were watching me from the very beginning?
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Alhaitham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know.
Interesting.
From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward?
It does. I don't think they would have honored that agreement.
So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
So the Divine Knowledge Capsule is fake. It doesn't actually contain Divine Knowledge. I think it does. Because of what that Ain al-Ahmar guy was saying. World, forget me. No, I don't think that.
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Do they? I don't think I ever hear criminals talk about coincidences. Like, ever.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember.
Yeah, you were very helpful to us.
You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Correct. Now that you mentioned it, things did go that way.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you.
You don't need to apologize. You've done nothing wrong.
I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied.
I don't actually care about the Divine Knowledge Castle. That was your goal, not mine.
After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
I think you should keep him as not regarded as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
And in the future as well.
Mm-hmm. Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings.
You've been so silent, Candace, I forgot you were here. Also, Dia's here too, I guess.
And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
She went first. She doesn't have anything else to add.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out.
Oh, come on. You could have at least paid attention a little bit. We were going to ask you for help anyway. You should be trying to keep up the speed.
My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru Village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
Thank you. I mean, so, whatever. It's good that everyone's all hunky-dory.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Wow, those creatures outside are literally right outside.
Whoa! What was that sound?
Scorpion?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Can I go?
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
But I fought in the Withering, in Dragonspine, in Signora's boss fight. Those are some truly horrific conditions too. What's a little sand gonna do? Be coarse, irritating, and get everywhere?
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. Alright, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Ha, that's a fun analogy. As chatty as the floor. Alright. Oh, I get it. Now I think I figured out why this mission was called the 4 Loggerheads. Because it's like 12 angry men, but there's 4 of them. Me, Dia, Al-Haytham, and Sino. Wow, this sandstorm really died down. Oh, not these things again.
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
I hate these stupid corrosion creatures.
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Not only is she really strong, but her stamina is also something else.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Main in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Great, now I'm getting involved.
Leave it all to me. Incoming! Hey!
Spring forth!
That's cheating! Go, Barret Bunny! Nowhere to hide.
And dead.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
I must leave no stone unturned. Ouch! Meanie! No escape! Get it!
Scatter! Propagate!
Steady as stone. Go, Barret Bunny!
Scatter!
Loose sand piles. Oh, I can lift them up with animo. Cool.
Let it rain!
Propagate!
Leave it all to me.
One enemy by themselves is free health off of Noelle.
The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Who dat?
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru Village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
That's a cute name. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Interesting. So the withering of Irminsul is now causing sandstorms. And earthquakes.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the Academia.
Oh, I forgot they mentioned that the mad scholars get exiled here. I wonder if Hypatia's here.
Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The Academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Yeah, Hypatia.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace.
My money's on assassins. What about you guys?
But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
Alright.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
I have saved 3 nations.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound.
If what happened to them is what happened to Hypatia, they might actually have connected some information that we can use, and the scholars are just trying to get rid of them so they don't get in the way of whatever their plan is.
But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
This is a great opportunity to watch him. It'll be fine. Dia and the others are here too.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Let's catch up. Before at Loggerheads. I'm guessing it's up there? That must be the Mondstadt mission right there.
I'll catch up.
Saba.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Why do they refer to the mad scholars as village keepers?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night.
Dendro, maybe?
Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village? What do you make of it, Traveler?
Sounds like Nahida's power.
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
Well, that's kind of expected. We've been working with the Dendro Archon for like the last several days at this point.
So, what do you make of the story?
That mad scholar's power likely came from Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
Well, we have a book that you could read that was given to us by, Dunyarzad.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... how should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise, even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
Like Duke. She also saved me once not long ago. We saved Sumeru City together in the not-so-distant past.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation.
You betcha.
But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
The missing people, that's right.
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Sure, kid.
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
I don't know. It probably isn't safe.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
I just realized he's not really wearing shoes.
Sorry.
I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
I don't like this dialogue option again.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Talk to Candace.
Someone needs assistance.
Alright.
I'll catch up.
Ooh, another teleport waypoint. Do we really need one here when, like, the Tower of the Seven is, like, right there? Eh.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
No, I doubt it. He said that we were better than his
You're
subordinates.
back already.
Which means they are completely incompetent.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad.
I think it's
Seems
really
like
touching.
They both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Lucid Grandpa was probably Nahida. She must have sued the other mad scholars as well. From the look on Sino's face, he's probably connected the dots as well.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Seriously? We're bringing the kid? I mean, I'm all for bringing him, but it's dangerous.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Okay. Well, this kid's gonna die. Or Sino's gonna die protecting this kid.
Hey, Isak! Oh, it's you guys! We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much!
Your grandpa will be found safe and sound. Don't make that kind of promise to the kid, Aether.
All right. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
All right. That's the end of Act 3 already. I mean, it was 3 hours. So, I don't have the kind of time to go for another act if it's going to be another 3 hours. So we'll probably end here. I expected this to go for about 4 hours. But 3, pretty good. If it was 2 hours, then we would have definitely done another part. You know what? What we should do, because I know it won't take a full hour, is I bought the key for this, so let's see if we can do this in a short and relative amount of time. Do Venti's story quest. Because I don't believe that'll take much longer than an hour and a half, because these story quests have been relatively short so far. If this is less than 2 hours, that should be fine. Hell, we could probably still go for about 2:15, to be honest.
Hey, look over there! She's all by herself, right? Because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody else. Paimon's creeped out.
I had an imaginary friend when I was a kid, too.
What? You mean you used to act like that, too? So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they just exist in your imagination?
Imaginary. In your imagination means imaginary. Imaginary means your imagination.
Imaginary. Imagination. Oh, you must mean imagined friend, right? Why didn't you just say so? So, this imaginary friend of yours, when does Paimon get to meet them?
I can't believe Paimon doesn't understand this concept. We don't hang out anymore. They're invisible now.
Seriously? So, imaginary friends just disappear when you grow up?
Typically. Tragically. Tragically, yes.
Oh, Paimon was looking forward to meeting yours. Hey, don't suppose your sister has an imaginary friend too?
Sure they do.
No way! You guys are so lucky! Because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but it seems you guys could play it with just the 2 of you.
Ugh.
Oh, Traveler. Fancy meeting you here.
Tone deaf bard. What are you doing here?
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting new contraptions.
Why does that make me feel unnerved and concerned?
Why does the thought of Lisa contraptions make Paimon so nervous?
And again, thank you, Paimon, for stating exactly what was going through my mind.
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa. For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Now I'm more concerned.
Dangerous?
A monocle equipped with some sort of detector? Looks like a regular monocle to me.
That's right. Looks like a monocle, but actually it's called a Nirnama detector.
A Nirmana?
Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also, I'm testing it out for her, to see if it actually works.
Cool, what's Nirmana?
Huh? Why can't Lisa use it?
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder. Or maybe there's some other reason for it. If you want to know for sure, just ask her yourself sometime.
So, you can see them? Go on, tell us. What does his imaginary friend look like?
Paimon, she said Nirmana.
That would be telling. Anyway, it's all yours now, Traveler. Take a look. See if you can see Nora's imaginary friend.
Do you see him? Do you see him?
It's a ghost. We're looking at ghosts. Wow, it really works.
So it does work for you two.
Paimon wants to see? Wait, but this gizmo isn't in Paimon's size. Alright then, you'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground. Let's go see what everyone's imaginary friends look like.
Should you be trapped in a windless land?
Flora from the flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed. You know, Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend.
Paimon, I have a feeling these aren't imaginary friends. I think these are ghosts.
There it is! Behold, a floaty imaginary friend for floaty-headed Flora! A bloaty floaty!
Wait, imaginary friends can be plants now?
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard.
Hi, Flora. Can I ask a question?
Sure. How can I help?
Who's your friend?
Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Most people can't see him. Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We grew up together.
So why does Lisa have a fucking monocle that can see imaginary friends?
No fair. Paimon hates feeling left out.
Why am I hearing Paimon's thoughts?
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a bloaty floaty?
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
Friends with a flying plant? Why?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky together. You gotta admit that's pretty cool.
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like to call it.
That's what most people like to call it.
I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventures. I think his name was Stanley.
Oh, I know Stanley.
Stanley's an adventurer. And you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells. The amazing adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt. He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to tell you some of his stories.
That sounds like a fun idea for next time. But right now we have other things to attend to.
Okay, so it is not ghosts. It's some actual imaginary friends. Why does this exact object exist?
Flora's a pretty mysterious kid.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
The demon of the bridge.
Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge?
Metal Gear Solid this kid. He'll never see us coming.
No way!
Well, that is unexpected.
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard?
Am I seeing things? I've heard of guardian angels, but come on.
Paimon's freaking out right now. That thing is sure to attack us.
What say you we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time being?
Paimon, it's time to say the line.
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line?
The one about us exploring the area ahead of us later.
Seriously? Oh, alright then.
Oh my god.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
What a meta joke.
Children are more open-minded. Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Maybe.
Fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
Oh boy.
Come in, take a seat. We have a few specials today at Angel's
There we go. Never use the front door again. Oh, there's never anybody upstairs. Oh, they're over here.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern, or you miss out on half the fun.
What?
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're being deliberately uncivil.
Do not thank him. He's doing it because it forces me to wish.
Just drink responsibly on my premises, okay?
Oh, Jesus, that's fucking evil right there. Not the stare from Duluth, but the creepiness that is fucking Venti right there in the background. Yipes. That is an image. Screen cap that for later. Yee. But put that in my, I'll just put that in my clip chat. Control V. There we go. Save that image for later. No. No, I did not.
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along with the trash, is that it?
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off his mansion, or maybe you've forgotten.
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived their purpose.
Where is there a mansion in Mondstadt?
Is that so? Then I trust you were most swift indeed to part with a certain vase?
Sorry, I have no recollection.
Oh, I actually know what he's talking about because I read the webcomic.
That's odd. Master Diluc, I'm sure I saw such a vase in your home. A beautiful one, unmistakable in fact.
Nothing.
Seems our suspicions were right. Grown-ups don't appear to have imaginary friends.
Can we get to the bottom of why Lisa made a weird device that lets you see imaginary friends, specifically after we were looking at a kid playing with imaginary friends? This is so oddly weird to me.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
Seems adults are the same everywhere.
So people just stop dreaming when they grow up? Okay, well, Paimon for one never wants to grow up.
This raises an interesting question. At what age exactly do people's imaginary friends disappear? Let's go and check. How about Ellen? Someone of her age surely must have some imagination left, don't you think?
Uh-oh. Somehow Paimon finds the idea of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend kinda scary.
Because that's pretty close to the Traveler's age. Still don't know how old the Traveler's supposed to be. Ellen hangs out behind the Knights of Favonius, right?
Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up.
Go.
Someone needs assistance.
She just stands out here by herself all the time. Jean?
Jean? What is Jean doing here? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend?
Ellen is really determined to become a knight.
Yeah, she's so conscientious. It's terrifying.
Oh, hello. What are you guys doing?
Are you always training here?
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his adventures. It was incredible. It got me really pumped up. I hope I can be as outstanding as him one day.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master Jean?
I mean, obviously I want to become a knight. And if I got to go on an adventure with Jean herself, well, even better.
You could do that at any time. She's busy with the long-standing adventure known as paperwork.
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Huh, thanks! I was thinking, it's not every day I get to hang out with the honorary knight. Would you join me for some sword training?
I don't see why not.
How can I smash all these training dummies at once?
You asked Noelle to do it.
So that's how to do it. I'm impressed. Oh, thank you. It's clear I still have a long way to go in my training.
So modest. I, for one, think you're quite the pro at this already.
Well, I'm exhausted from training, so clearly my fitness needs some work. One day, though, I'll smash all the training dummies in Mondstadt.
Please don't. It makes it hard to get new ones.
Ellen, she's our girl. If she can't do it, Hilly churl!
Really? Really, Paimon?
Ugh, thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here I forgot there's something I was supposed to do today. Ugh, but I'm so sore from training. I can hardly move. Honorary Knight, could you deliver a message to Jack for me?
Oh, not Jack. That's the guy who keeps losing his stuff.
He's a friend of mine. Recently started as an adventurer.
I meant to click the other one.
We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss adventure plans. Could you let him know it'll have to be another day? If I'm not mistaken, you should find him at the Temple of the Lion. He's adventuring with Stanley today. Stanley's a truly legendary adventurer, renowned in all of Mondstadt. He once set foot in the Mare Javari.
Temple of the Lion? Sure, I missed that place.
Great! Thank you so much.
Child's secret. The South Wind brings adventure. We're still on this quest line. Alright.
Oh dear. Everyone's laundry is still on the line. May I be excused to fetch it in?
Oh, he's actually in there. Okay. The Great Adventurer Stanley. Recommended party level 58. Oh yeah, and also these elemental trials that I keep forgetting. Investigate the secret hideout. Recommended fire something, wind something. Whatever.
The Temple of the Lion? We explored this place once before, didn't we? During the Storm Terror incident. Seems like it's now a hot spot for adventurers. That can only mean one thing. We didn't bag all the loot last time!
Funny, Paimon. Also, why is Venti still with us? Like, does he need to be here? Wow, that fire rate is impressive.
Looks like we can't go any further.
I know it's his story quest.
Not to worry. Allow me. Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high.
What equipment does he have? Elegy for the End? The Braveheart set. Man, I wish Amber's damage was like that right now. Look at that. It's like a third of his damage.
Yahoo! Yeah! Yeah! Here we go! Think you can get away?
That seems overpowered as hell.
No one escapes my sights.
Scatter!
That's already replenished energy? Jesus.
Hey, are those guys?
Cut to the chase.
I was so sure I was about to die.
To be fair, that could have gone either way. So, you must be Jack the Adventurer, I assume?
Yes. Who are you?
Actually, we came looking for you.
Ellen has a message for you. She said she won't be able to join you today to plan out your next adventure together. She'll join you some other time.
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all this way to find me, and then had to rescue me.
Huh? I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that I, Stanley, couldn't have dealt with by myself.
Whoa! You are Stanley? You are that legendary adventurer? Renowned in all of Mondstadt? Who once set foot in the Mare Javari?
There's a lot of... Stanley's been hyped up a lot in the story up to this point, but I don't think we ever had an opportunity to meet him before here.
The very same.
I must say, it's an honor to meet one as legendary as yourself. Well then, how would everyone like to proceed? Head back or head further inside?
Jack, what do you think?
I think we should keep going. With Stanley by our side, we'll have no problem.
Okay, motion passed by unanimous consent. Let's head further in.
Oh my god, it's Stanley.
So, I'm guessing you mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure story. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Well, your attitude says maybe you don't got that. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Mare Javari.
Enough already! Ugh, stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth!
It's true, though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you? Where was I?
You and your partner reached the Mare Javari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
Precisely! There was a deathly silence in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before us, as far as the eye could see. The Mare Javari. Suddenly, my partner was caught in a whirlpool whipped up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow. So, did he make it?
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground once more, where the gentle breeze carried away the tears welling up in my eyes.
That poor guy. How could that happen?
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure. But whatever happens, no adventurer should ever die in a place where the wind doesn't blow. The wind has to bring your spirit back to Mondstadt.
That's right. To die in a place where the wind blows, and to have your spirit carried back to Mondstadt on the wind, that's the dream.
Yeah. Although, the most I can aspire to right now is beginner's commissions, like clearing out the slimes clogging up the sewers.
You shouldn't die in a place with no wind. Why do they keep going on about that? Is that why Stanley thinks the Mare Javari is the most terrifying place in the world? Because there's no wind there?
Makes sense to me.
Here we go. Think you can get away?
Nowhere to hide.
Propagate!
Leave it up to me.
There we go.
Traveler, I believe I've made a small discovery.
That Stanley's full of shit?
Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
Oh god. There's two of them.
What? Stanley has an imaginary friend?
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face.
It's a fearless version of himself. It fits Stanley's description of himself.
You're saying his imaginary friend is an idealized version of his own self? Interesting idea, but is it true?
Could also mean all his stories are made up.
Please excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
Bye, Stanley.
I thought that was Jack's imaginary friend, though.
Do you two still have time to spare?
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something he's never told anyone before. The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa herself. The Sword of Brilliant Valor and the Shield of Magnificent Honor. I don't know whether you believe me, but apparently, both the sword and shield are still right here in Mondstadt, over in Dadaupa Gorge.
I keep forgetting that's how you pronounce that, Dadaupa.
Since you guys are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and retrieve these two legendary weapons?
Why did he abandon them in the wild, then?
I don't know. Outstanding individuals always come with their quirks, right? If I can just get a hold of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable of, maybe they'll finally come around to the idea of me being an adventurer. Right now, I'm just a rookie. My abilities are limited, and my parents don't support my goals one bit. So, what do you say? Help a guy out?
Sure.
I can't bring myself to tell Stanley about it, because my reasons are so, selfish. But I swear I'll give the weapons back to him as soon as I'm done.
Aw, poor Jack. Let's help him out.
Hard to say no after a sob story. Alright
Venti,
then.
you coming too?
I don't know.
Oh, one other thing. I have a bottle of rare vintage wine that I had someone fetch for me a couple years ago. Help me find these weapons, and it's all yours.
God damn it. Well, so that's why Venti's tagging along.
Dadaupa Gorge, was it? Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
Venti's relationship with the legendary hero Vanessa is also very interesting for those of you who have also read the webcomic, which I still recommend everyone do. Welcome back, Phoenix. Finished Act 3. Stanley, you're still here? Yes, I know the quest goes in Mondstadt because I know where the Data Upa Gorge is game. Where was I? Data Upa Gorge is... I could teleport. But I think climbing would be faster. Ha. We live in the age where if you aren't being original, everyone thinks you're a bot online. Kind of like how whenever Elon Musk hosts a poll, and then he just doesn't get the results he wants, so he just thinks it's a bot. Oh, wow. There was one of these over here? Can't believe I missed this. So many of these keys.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber. I won't let you down.
I have a feeling it's in here. Wow, how insensitive of them for some reason.
Ready when you are.
Alright, bring out my Harbinger of Dawn. One of my favorite streamers is a Portuguese streamer, Ruicon. Maybe you've heard of him.
Dodge this!
It's already active. Alright.
This world is full.
Search for the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
Scatter!
Let it rain.
Ooh, stained mask. See you around.
Incoming. Don't blink.
Alright. Let's check in here. Ah, that must be it.
That bunch of hilly churros. Are they holding some kind of ceremony? And what's with that pile of knickknacks? Are they worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the Sword of Brilliant Valor, surely.
Drop it!
No escape.
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
Spin to win, Noel.
Let it rain. Cut to the chase. Lo and behold, the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
It definitely looks ancient.
Are you sure? Looks kinda basic to Paimon, and a little worse for wear, too.
Well, Vanessa's time was like hundreds of years ago. You can't expect a sword from that long ago to be in good condition.
Why would Hilichurls be bowing down before a piece of junk like this?
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these hilly trolls were already celebrating.
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic, I'm at a loss for words.
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an Anemo crystal fly? They're found in the open country around Mondstadt City.
Yeah, I've seen them.
If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. It truly resembles an exquisite crystal dancing in the night air. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless, fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back. It's the brilliant ray of light that guides you out from the darkness.
That was some very elaborate ox dung. Excellent recovery. Almost fell for it myself.
You're right. You're right. Then this has to be it. This is the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
I mean, it could be. Like I said, it could just be an old sword.
So, we got our sword. Now we just need that shield. Let's scout around. It's definitely in Dadaupa Gorge, so... Huh?
There's somebody there.
Stanley? What's he doing here?
He's acting so weird.
What happened? Why did you stop all of a sudden?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just one of those Mora-spouting weasel thieves passed by is all.
What? Where? I want to see.
Maybe another time. We have a shield to find, remember?
Good point.
Someone needs assistance.
Wonder why we're only exploring this one Hilichurl camp in all of Dadaupa Gorge. I would have expected the Sword of Valor to be one of those swords in the Sword Cemetery. That's what my theory would have been, if this was real. Something legacy.
Lo and behold, the Shield of Magnificent Honor.
I gotta go back and read the webcomic. Did she have a sword and a shield? I think she did.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. It's a chunk of wood.
It's definitely... I'm not doubting that Vanessa used a chunk of wood like that as a shield, but I'm doubting that if she did, that it lasted this long. Mondstadt's been around for what, a couple thousand years?
A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached. Who in their right mind would use this as a shield?
Actually, quite a few people, Paimon.
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just taken from a wine barrel.
And yet, my bard's intuition tells me that this is none other than the Shield of Magnificent Honor.
Okay, Paimon, make a note. We never listen to Venti from this point onward.
Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield the one that has fought in countless wars and lived to tell the tale?
Yes, but it's probably not living to tell the tale if it's made of wood. And yeah, now that I look at it, this is definitely the top of a barrel.
Though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end, till they have no blood left to bleed. Such magnificent strength of will. Is that not the true meaning of honor?
Venti is in top form today.
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny for long. Okay then. Well, maybe if we ask nicely, he'll just let us take the Shield of Magnificent Honor for free.
We're gonna talk to the Hilichurl?
Excuse me, Mr. Hilichurl?
We can actually talk to them?
Well, okay, you take it from here. Hope you've picked up some Hilichurlian by now. If not, there's always body language.
Remember that divine knowledge capsule that Paimon would said would be useless? About the sociological cultures and language of the Hilichurls? We should have taken that one. Ven platatara.
Mosimita.
Mosimita.
Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all.
Please take this Hilichurl mask I stole. Please take this sweet flower I had.
Mosimita. Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all.
Venti, sing song you give shield, okay?
Well, if you insist, a tune I shall strum.
Mosimita. Seems cheerful enough.
Mexican plata? Manilla. Manitata.
Oh, yeah! He actually gave us the shield!
Guys, thank you so much! I can't believe I actually found them!
I can't believe we communicated with an ancient lost civilization!
Mom, Dad, check out the legendary weapons I found!
Hey, wait! The wine, you promised! Aw, and I actually helped a lot this time.
You did like 2 things, Venti.
What are you doing here, Stanley? Out for a stroll?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that, huh? You, out for a stroll too?
That's right, an after-dinner stroll to be precise. We were also helping a friend look for something.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud.
I'm seriously starting to think so too.
Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as to not hurt Jack's feelings?
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with Dadaupa Gorge. You fought battles here before, after all.
You better believe it. I can navigate this whole area with my eyes closed.
Wow. Then I admire your perseverance. And your memory, too.
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me. You guys had better watch out, though. This place is crawling with Hilichurls.
This is one of the tribes, I forget which.
I'll get back to my, stroll now. Goodbye.
I might have to go back and check out that Dr. Livingston mission on my stream to figure out which tribe is which.
Guilty conscience much?
This is the Meaty Tribes area, right?
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so carried away bragging to Jack, should he? Although, on further reflection, I must say I'm intrigued. Someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present instead. I wonder, if such a person was forced to take their first step towards the future, which way would they go?
What are you talking about?
They might remain indecisive and go neither.
I'm just musing to myself. Anyway, I propose we take a trip to Angel's Share tonight.
Lionfang's legacy. Yeah, these people's dialogue hasn't changed. And the time is...
Someone needs assistance.
Double check that he doesn't want us to go over here. Oh, there's a chest here.
Wow, these will come in handy.
Can't go in through this door. Never use the front door. There's posters on the front door, which makes it hard to enter.
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name?
There's another Stanley.
Surely not. Even I've never heard tell of a second Stanley.
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Meljabari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? Why, Stanley? Why?
Oh.
If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day. But now, that'll never happen, because your life was cut short, and all because of a worthless tag-along.
Okay, ghost theory on the monocle, back on the table.
Does anyone get what's going on here?
I think our friend really did make it to the Mare Javari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him. The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the first place is because he stole the other Stanley's name?
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell you adventure stories at every opportunity. Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Mare Javari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lives on. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm getting too old. Now. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Nope.
Yikes! We're busted!
You were staring right at him, Paimon. You made it very obvious. Oh, hi, Amber.
Go away. Save your questions. Just leave me in peace.
But...
Leave now. Don't make me tell you again.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I'm so glad you guys are here. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally supporting me.
Oh my god, his parents are dumber than he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can take them out on the road.
That's wonderful! So, Jack, is this the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt and set off on your intrepid trip traversing Tevat?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the first place. Stanley, Oh, you're drunk again. We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Jack.
Jack left.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for not telling him about my secret.
It would do more harm than good than to tell this secret at this point.
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so pure, unblemished. Just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new shining star, full of potential. I cannot allow his dreams to be crushed.
You're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure stories and experiences. They're all true, aren't they?
Stories? Experiences? What's the point of them anymore? To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, they're hazy these days. That's my biggest secret of all, and my biggest fear. All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember them clearly anymore.
It's because you're drinking too much.
But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
His whole life he's been drowning in his guilt, and all that remains is this imaginary friend.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend he knew at all. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle-scarred warrior, and that image has held him captive his entire life.
I'm too old. I never let go. But still, so much has slipped away. I'm completely and utterly worthless. No adventurer should have to go that way. No adventurer ever.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know? The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari.
Why? Where is the Mare Javari? I forgot to look on the map.
I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
We don't know yet? Okay.
I can't believe it.
They were ghosts. I called it.
Thank you all. And thank you, Lord Barbados. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to calm back down. But I think that I'm gonna be okay.
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way. This calls for a celebration. And by celebration, I do, of course, mean libation.
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this tavern till you're too drunk to walk, right?
Yes.
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. He promised me a rare vintage in exchange for helping him out, remember? I'll head off to fetch the wine. See you shortly. Let's meet at the usual place.
Does he mean under the statue of Barbados? Because we always run into him there? Or does he mean the symbol of the great hero?
Huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it? Hey, Tone Deaf Bard!
I think we know where, possibly. Oh, hey, Diluc. I don't see you here that often.
Stanley. So many years after the fact, it's not even his friend himself that holds him back anymore. But I, for one, am confident that the people of Mondstadt will not forget his friend's story.
Man, he eavesdrops on fucking everybody. Stormtrooper's Lane, Breaker Counts, Stormtrooper Point, Starship Cliff, Thousand Witch Temple, Defender Gate, both, Musgrave, Land of Lower Sectet, Ashvan Realm, Adravi Valley, Lakapalachunga, Minland, Lisha, Chasm, Sea of Clouds. Oh, I didn't check over here. Conda Village, Country Forest, Saint, Rito, so mine, formation. Let's go domains. It's probably a domain. That's probably my guess. It's probably a domain that hasn't been added yet. With a name like Mare Javari, it sounded like it would have been in Leeway. Why is this pink? Fucking Surumi Island. I fucking hate Surumi Island. Oh, hi, Venti. He's up there. I thought we would be meeting under the statue, not on the statue. Son of a bitch. There we go. No, stop it. Stop it, game. Let me stand on the statue.
You made it. Finally.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? We looked everywhere. So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out to be a rare collector's edition vintage, when actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet.
What?
It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven.
2,600. I thought the rule of the Seven started a lot longer ago than that.
At that time, old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant, who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right? You mentioned it before.
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better, or tiny seeds of hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look different than you do now?
I don't know why you're surprised, Paimon. We learned from Morax himself that Rex Lapis has taken many forms over the years. Why should it be any different for any of the other 7?
Yep. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a friend.
Ooh.
In old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom, and we watched as his great tower fell none too soon.
That guy looks like Duluth.
Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
So then what?
The kid died.
What happened to your friend?
Were you not listening, Paimon? They died. Same situation as with Stanley's friend.
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
What do you mean there's a next part? It sounds to me like you pretty much encompassed the whole thing at that point. I know the tale of Vanessa comes a little bit after this.
Yes, of course. The suspense is killing Paimon.
Really? We're getting rid of Paimon? No. Paimon needs to know that people die. Meterfish. Apples.
But Venti's telling his story. What makes you suddenly want to have a meat feast?
Getting a little peckish or something.
Oh, so peckish.
Paimon's had it up to here with you.
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes.
You kidding me? Aether's an idiot.
But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking.
Oh wait, that's the main menu theme that's playing right now.
A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze. Moments like this always take me back. Back to a song that I first heard from him.
I'm listening.
Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
Oh, he's still here. The green-clad figure quietly gazes at Venti. The green-clad figure uncharacteristically silent. Sometimes even the liftsome wind grows heavy in its grief. But not that mortals could ever see a moment oh so brief. Well, I think we'll end here. This will probably be the last stream for the next couple days. I might have time to do a stream tomorrow, but odds are I will not. And even if I do, it'll be a shorter stream. You know what? Maybe. I don't have much going on this weekend other than the Christmas Day itself. So I might do a couple of shorter streams after work. Due to an agreement I've made as well, we'll have some other games planned as well. So look forward to that. Till next time. I'll see you guys in another stream. Bye-bye for now.